everyone, today I'm going to be discussing my worries for Series 3 of the Musketeers. Obviously I don't really know much about it yet, but I've got to say I do really love the series. Series 1 and 2 were really good. I was surprised by how good Series 2 was, because I mean, Capaldi left and he was a massive standout with Series 1, because obviously he became the Doctor. But Series 2 was just as good, and Rochefort was a great villain, and he was a villain, but the thing that I like about it, and it's the same for most British series, including Merlin and Primeval, it's supposedly not BBC, but it's still a British series trying to compete with Doctor Who actually, is the standalone stories and the overarching plot, which is general Rusty Davies era, Buffy style, Joss Whedon structure. And obviously I've got to say, Doctor Who is a bit of a copy of a Joss Whedon show. Mostly, even Musketeers said in interviews that he took the structure of Doctor Who of Buffy, to put into Doctor Who, and that's the structure that it stayed with the overarching, main bad? Something like that. Big bad, that's it. And then you sort of get hints of it during the series, but each story is standalone. 45 minutes long. But then things after this, because of the success of Doctor Who, many British shows then took over this idea of the 45 minutes, overarching plot, but single storylines each week. So what you have is, you've got your Merlin, your Sherlock. No, where's Sherlock come from? No, Sherlock's completely different. Well, the structure's still there, but it's only 3 hour-and-a-half episodes. No, the big one, but the problem lies when they start off with a series, and then later on, they forget the structure, or the structure becomes more lenient, and it's evident in nearly every show, and it never works. The one that really doesn't work in is Atlantis. I know, can you even remember watching that? I really enjoyed Series 1 of Atlantis. It was really good. It wasn't as good as Merlin. Merlin's great. But it was a good substitute. It was a good Saturday night programme, Series 1. But then Series 2 became far too storyline based. I don't like single storyline. Each week was following on from each other. You no longer had your monster each week, your thing to fight, different storyline every single week. And any show that does this doesn't work. Even Series 6 of Doctor Who was too focused on the silence. It was that overarching plot, but it was too focused on it, and the series failed miserably because of that. And even Merlin, I'm going to keep mentioning Merlin. If you've got Series 1, 2 and 3 are great, really great television shows, because you've got your single story every week, and your thing that's been leading up at the end, so mostly Morgana and Mongos. But when you get to Series 4 and 5, it goes a bit downhill, because you got too much invested in the storyline. And that's why I'm worried with Series 3 of the Musketeers. Because I was surprised they didn't fall into that trap, especially after Atlantis, where it really went downhill because they did that. I was surprised Series 2 was so good, because even though it was very based on Rochefort's story, they still had more of a storyline each week. Still. And I'm worried that because the storyline of the next series, if it follows on properly from the end of Series 2, which obviously I watched nearly a year ago now, they're going to war with Spain. Now this definitely leads into the idea that they're not going to be doing their single storylines each week as well. I could be completely wrong, I could be blown away with an amazing series, but from past efforts, it hasn't never gone well. I mean, the only one that has ever gone well when they did this is Torchwood. But Torchwood did it very deliberately. They didn't attempt to keep their structure, but then still have a very obvious overarching plot. No, they went completely, this is the same story. We're saying it is the same story. Every episode, Children of Earth, done. Every episode, Miracle Day, done. Same story, blatant, in your face. But other shows, it just doesn't work. And that's why I'm thinking, will the Musketeers do well for the third series? Are they going to be throwing everything at us for their final? I really do hope it stands up to the quality of the first two series, because I really do love it. So, carry on. What was the phrase I said last time? I say diddly daddling. Carry on diddly daddling. Goodbye.